there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, my name is Anushka Summerlock, and this is going to be my first video on this channel. I've been playing Star Stable for quite some time now, as you can see by my level. I've probably been playing for about 9-ish years. I think I started in 2016, maybe 2017, I can't quite remember. Um, so I thought it would be fun to finally start filming and taking you guys along for my Star Stable journey. For my first video, I thought it would be super fun to do a train with me while we talk about Star Stable's Dark Riders and all of their lore, trivia, background, history, whatever I can find on them, and to share with you guys so that we can all learn about these mysterious riders together. We've been seeing them a lot more in quests, so I thought it might be fun to kind of dive into some of their history and just take you guys along for the journey. I love doing train with me videos. I love watching train with me videos. It's so nice to put on in the background while you level up your horse. So today I'm riding Walnut, who I need to get leveled up. So come along for the ride and let's dive into some of this history.
What? Oh my God!
Nar, because of course that would happen to me on my very first time trying to film. What the heck? Anyways, I'm so sorry about that. We got briefly disconnected, but we're back. We're back. It's fine. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So, first of all, we need to get somewhere to train, and I'm gonna run over to, well, I'm gonna trailer over to Jasper's Pumpkin Farm really quick so that we can get into some good races. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into these Dark Riders. So I'm going to start with the Dark Riders that we know the most about and go to the ones that we know the least about. The ones that we know the most about, starting off with Sabine. So Sabine, aka the Dark Rider Malumai, that's her alias. She is 16 years old in Starshine Legacy, and in Star Stable Online, she's 19 years old. She's a female, and her profession is a dark rider and an equestrian. Her horse's name is Khan, and he is a black Jorvik Frisian that is either a gelding or a stallion. For her personality, um, Sabine is kind of stuck up. She's arrogant, she's hot tempered, and she's kind of rude. She's known to be more serious than her fellow Dark Riders, and she has a darker demeanor. However, she is able to change her tone as she sees it useful. For example, when we first meet Sabine in the game, she is seen as quite impolite, but then she changes her tune really quickly to being a happy, more friendly tone in order to help deceive the player. And then again, this changes after she achieves what she wants and she becomes rude and impolite again and hates us. So that's just kind of an example of how you can see her personality changing. The Soul Riders book series suggests that Sabine does not recognize the emotion of happiness, and the book also compares Sabine to a flaming ember. Um, it is also clear that she does not like to agree with the other Dark Riders, even if they are correct. And in one part of Darkness Falling, she hesitates and makes a disgusted face when Mr. Sands reaches for her hand, suggesting that she does not like physical contact. I mean, really, can we judge Sabine though? Do any of us want Mr. Sands touching us? I don't think so. I can't necessarily blame her for being disgusted about that. So, anyways, yeah. Um, so Sabine is the only Dark Rider to be seen in her Dark Rider outfit in Starshine Legacy. It is assumed that Sabine's powers are opposite to that of our girl Alex, who is a Soul Rider. And in Starshine Legacy 4, Mr. Sands, Katchcha, and Jessica were said to be connected to Garnock and supernatural entities. However, Sabine is not mentioned in this list for unknown reasons. Sabine was said to originate from a rich family, as her father supported Jorvik High School via donations. In Star Academy, Herman mentioned that Sabine was on a vacation with her parents on a tropical island and therefore wasn't able to carry out her duties at Jorvik Stables, and this confirmed at the time that she was a human being and further insinuated that she came from a wealthy family. Although her affluence is mentioned and hinted at throughout every game and book in the Star Stable franchise, it is unknown exactly how her family achieved their wealth. Um, During the Equestrian Festival, she mentions that she was born into equestrianism while the player, aka us, was not. In the Soul Riders Book 2, Legend Awakens, Sabine is said to use spurs, which is possibly the reason for the scars that Khan was mentioned to have. Before her and her horse's updated models were released, they could be seen on a hill behind Gary Goldtooth's camp in northern Wildwoods. This was actually unintentional, so that's kind of just a little fun fact for you guys. Um, okay, enough about Sabine. Next, let's talk about Katchcha. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, aka Kate. That is her alias. So in Starshine Legacy, Katchcha is 16 years old, and in Star Stable Online, she's 18 years old. Her gender is a female. Her profession includes Dark Rider and Trainer, according to Star Stable The Winter Rider series. Her horse has changed actually. So before the update on the horse and rider, she rode a horse called Stalker, who was a Jorvik Warmblood. That was a gelding or stallion. And now with the new update, she rides Mortifa, who is in a call techie and is a mare. So that's kind of interesting. Um, the lore says that Sabine is compared to an ember in the book, and in the book, Katchcha is actually compared to an ice axe. So completely opposite kind of personalities there. Katchcha is better behaved than her fellow Dark Riders and has a classier attitude towards the Star Riders, or sorry, towards the Soul Riders and the player. She is not rude nor friendly and comes off as chic and cold. She's extremely confident in herself and Garnock's capabilities. Katchcha is not very expressive and does not lose her temper, unlike Jessica. She mentions that Lisa is her mortal enemy. So, some trivia: in the Winter Rider and the Summer Rider, Katchcha is called Kate. Katcha's all white angelic appearance, the meaning behind her name Katchcha actually means pure, and Katcha's favorite food is an angel food cake. These all portray that she is a girl of good nature with pure intentions, masking her evil powers and goals. Mr. Sands frequently refers to Katchcha as the Nightmare Rider instead of her name. It is assumed that Katcha's powers are the opposite to that of our girl Lisa. In the 2022 Rainbow Festival questline, she states that, quote, everything I touch turns cold, gray, even dies, whether I will it or not. And this would be more of an opposite of Lisa's powers of healing. Also in the 2022 Rainbow Festival questline, Micah states that, quote, there are legends of an ice witch from Isendale. Katchcha said everything she touches turns cold and dies, end quote. From this, a conspiracy theory is formed by Micah, Nick, and the player, aka us, that it is possible but not confirmed that Katchcha is actually the so-called ice witch. So kind of an interesting little fact there. Okay, so next let's talk about Jessica. So Jessica, aka Jay, or Book Brain, according to Sabine, is 18 and 19 years old. She is a female, and her profession is a dark rider. Her horse is Acerbus, and he is a Mawari. Um, so in the books, they compare Sabine to being an ember and Katchcha to an ice axe, but they describe Jessica as being somewhere in the middle. She's just kind of like cool toned, but not super hot or super ice cold. She's just kind of neutral. Her personality is rude and mischievous with a cool demeanor. She seems to have contempt for her fellow Dark Riders, and she is also the most intelligent and educated of the Dark Riders. She is also still quite impatient, despite still helping the Dark Riders make reasonable decisions when it's needed. Her abilities are being able to make fake clones of herself. Um, so some trivia about Jessica. Star Stable was going to name Jessica J in her remake, but due to the community backlash, they seem to have kept her name Jessica as for now. We still don't know if they plan to use the name Jay for her Dark Rider name or not, but for now, they are keeping it as Jessica. In the quest where she steals Mrs. Holdsworth documents, she says that Jessica is the name that Garnock granted her. And Jessica or Jay's powers seem to be the opposite of our girl Linda's. So, kind of interesting. I like how all of the Dark Riders in SSO are the opposite to the Soul Riders. It kind of makes it fun and evenly balanced. Okay, so this brings me to our fourth and final Dark Rider, which is Orisa. So Orisa is the newest addition to the Dark Riders in SSO. Her age is unknown. Her gender is a female. Her profession is a Dark Rider. She rides the horse Nihili, who is the model of the Chincoteague pony. Her skills include Discord, Chaos, and Cartwheels? Question mark. She is very good at them. So some fun facts about Orisa, or some trivia. Orisa is the revised version of Chio, who was never actually released due to the community backlash over her appearance and her name change. Some of her personalities. So Irisa's personality is yet to be revealed, but based on the quests, she is likely playful due to her style and her cartwheel out of the portals, as well as chaotically evil due to Darko describing her as bringing discord. She has a deep hatred for the sixth soul rider, Ingeborg, who I don't actually know who that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. And yeah, so that's all we know about Orisa. Hopefully, more to come on her storyline and who she is. And, hopefully, we'll kind of discover more about her during these new quests. So, super exciting. Okay, so that's really it that I have for this Train With Me. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of the views and the support. Let me know if you want to see any other videos like this. If I should make this a series, maybe go into some of the lore or background behind the Soul Riders next time, or any of the other NPCs or characters in game. Let me know what kind of Train With Me's you guys want to see in the future or content. I would love to do interactive Train With Me's, answering questions that you guys have or talking about Star Stable things with you guys. I just need some people to participate in that first. And since this is my first video, I obviously don't have any kind of responses or anything like that yet, but hopefully soon. So, anyways, we did a good job. We got Walnut all the way up to level 6, which is great. Leave a comment down below on what you want to see more of if you enjoyed this video. Thanks again. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.